Hi, welcome to Tokyo Fashion Express. I'm Marie. Today's keywords are attachment and undaunted.
On Nippon Style, we profile a brilliant clothing restorer. And behind the mirror highlights over-the-top fashions. And finally, we take in Japanese designers at Paris Men's Fashion Week.
The Japanese are known to take great care of their possessions. That spirit has existed since the olden days, and clothes are no exception. But garments, of course, experience wear and tear. Not to fret, today you'll meet Wataru Ikemori, an expert in restoring clothes. In an age where fast fashion rules, Ikemori is working to create a new genre called Clothes Restore. Where does his passion come from? Let's find out. The keyword here is attachment.
A restorer resolves issues of wear and tear extending the lifespan of clothing. A hole is closed using matching thread. Damaged buttons are replaced with a similar material. Wataru Ikemori is passionate about restoring garments.
I hope to offer ways to restore garments to their original state so owners can enjoy wearing them again.
Ikemori is known for his specialized techniques. One is stain removal. Directly applying a chemical on the suit trousers, he removes the stain bit by bit.
On a busy day, I work on about 100 pieces.
This coat has stains on the lining. It's difficult working directly on bulky fabrics. In these cases, he removes the stained section. After preparing a chemical solution, he soaks the lining. He works with some 30 solvents, adjusting for stain type.
Perfect.
The removed lining is replaced, completing the restoration. Repeated washing has stretched this tee's neckline. He'll restore it with just an iron. When stretched fibers are ironed, they crease. Pulling the stretched fibers lengthwise, he works the iron delicately to avoid creasing. Deceptively simple, this work requires deft skill. Customers have faith in Ikemori's expertise, often returning with new requests. This woman is here for a stain removal. He takes apart the collar since it has layered fabric. Otherwise, the stains might remain in the folds. The chemicals seep into the separated fabric layers. Even edges turn out pristinely clean.
So you took it apart and assembled it after cleaning? I liked the shape when I bought it. I thought I could buy it again the next year, but it wasn't available. I thought it was fabulous to find a way to restore a treasured item and wear it as if brand new.
I try to restore any piece. I avoid turning down requests. Even when I can't solve a problem, I try another way. At the very least, I try to find one suggestion for restoration.
Where does his passion come from? It's tied to unforgettable past experiences. Ikemori grew up watching his father run a dry cleaners. Wishing to follow in his steps, he began working and polishing his skills from the age of 10.
My father would often tell me to go home ahead of him, but I never did, and helped him till the end of the day. I think I'm the type who sticks to a decision for life.
Though he studied business administration at college, he joined his father's company after graduation. 3 years later, he was promoted to factory head. Dealing with complaints turned out to be the bane of his work.
We'd get complaints that items were returned with a stain, a tear, or a hole all year round, even several times a day.
They had to compensate for damage, sometimes paying much more than the item's value. Once when opening a dryer, shirts emerged with black stains. A ballpoint pen which had made its way into the machine had leaked.
I spent my vacation days working on it, but the stain wouldn't come out. I thought it was impossible.
But Ikemori was saved by a professional who offered his stain removal services.
I was so relieved. For me, it was a revelation that there was someone who could fix dry cleaners' mistakes. I remember what an impression it made. That must have been my starting point.
5 years ago, he broke away to start his restoration business. He takes in requests from individuals as well as dry cleaners.
Ah, it's perfect now. We ask specialists to work on clothing issues that we cannot solve ourselves. We have to keep our customer reputation after all. We really appreciate the way he perfectly restores items. He's a huge help.
Ikemori has built up a network to carry out diverse restoration work. This is a metal plating factory. It produces fittings for bags and other accessories. Ikemori has brought in a scratched buckle with worn-off plate. This factory mainly works on large-scale orders, but it will accept single-unit orders. A craftsperson carefully restores the buckle by hand. The old buckle is given a new life.
I really think last resort is the right word for what we do. Ikemori and I try to accept all requests, no matter their nature. That said, we may not succeed. But when we do, the clients are happy, and we feel like we've moved up a step. So the more challenging the request, the more we enjoy the work.
Hello.
Hi there.
This is the item.
Ikemori has worked with this dry cleaners for more than 20 years. Sayoko Ebato is a former tailor. Ikemori has brought her this coat with an uneven surface.
It's especially bad around this area.
You're right.
Do you think you can fix it?
He certainly came over with a challenging piece. I can only do my very best.
She begins by removing the buttons before taking the coat apart.
I'll check the inner lining first. Sometimes it turns out all curly, like grilled squid, and can be damaged.
The interlining prevents a garment from losing shape. It will be replaced if it's in poor condition.
The interlining seems okay.
Weak pressing and improperly glued interlining caused the uneven surface. By re-gluing using a special press machine, the coat is handsomely restored.
Ikemori works so hard. I like people who give their best. So I feel I have to collaborate with him.
Each expert is simply doing what he or she does every day. But when they join forces, seemingly impossible restoration becomes a reality. My hope is to accept clothes people are attached to and somehow restore them. I pour all of my energy into restoring them.
From his own experiences, Ikemori understands the customer's wishes to repair irreplaceable clothes. Teaming up with specialists allows him to do even more. Now I'm someone who loves fashion. I too have an item that I adore but can't wear anymore because it's falling apart. I've asked Ikemori-san to repair it. And I'm excited to see what's happened.
Marie has actually brought in two prized possessions: a pair of jeans with a broken zipper, and a dress with extensive damage at the back. He begins with the denim. Since the bottom stop is missing from the zipper, he plans to replace it with the same product, but
You can see that the zipper was dyed with the pants. The color shade will change with the new zipper. It'll look unnatural.
so he'll recreate the shade. He uses a technique applied to items accidentally decolorized in the dry cleaning process. After achieving correct color, he mixes in glue so the pigment will adhere to the fibers. He constantly adjusts his work while looking at the original color. The process takes about 3 hours. The restored pants? The color shading has been perfectly recreated. He chose a longer zipper this time to minimize strain when pulling the jeans on and off. Ikemori hopes the pants will be worn for a long time yet. He now takes on the frayed dress. He has a sense of Marie's love of this piece.
This garment's wear and change in color caused through long usage must be part of the owner's attachment. So I think it's essential to recreate these qualities.
Ikemori is heading to a textile shop where he's a regular.
Sayoko Ebato told me about this place. Experts have their special connections, which they share in times of need. Those new connections introduce new great places, and that builds up your network.
Fabric choice is an important aspect of restoration. Ikemori makes it a point to select it himself. He emerges with a gauzy textile. He goes over his ideas for the dress with his seamstress. Michiko Komiya is one of his most trusted employees. The sewing specialist has worked with him for 13 years. To restore the torn chest part and exposed elastic, she opens the seams.
You can see the seam allowance here is gone. The part here is missing.
By taking it apart, the extent of damage becomes clearer. After ironing the fabric, she matches up the gauze that will serve as the lining. She closes the gap that exposed the elastic and reinforces it with stitches. By using a gauze lining, she was able to close the gap but retain the damaged feel.
What to do?
The problem is the large tears on the back. Since the fabric itself is missing, simply replacing the lining would not feel right. Komiya hit on the idea of adding to the damaged part by using the gauze. She pulls out warped threads to make a shape fitting the hole. How will it turn out?
I hear my garment is ready for pickup. I can't wait to see it.
Hi. I hear my jeans and dress are finished.
Just a moment. Here you go.
Wow,
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
The once fraying dress has been beautifully restored.
So you put it a lining.
It's both a lining and reinforcement.
Amazing. Here it is. It's great. I've been wearing this since I was 18. And now I can keep on wearing it. Could you tell us about your future plans?
I would like to work hard and improve my skills so that I can satisfy many more people.
Thank you.
Ikemori finds the cause of damage and makes reparations that will last for years. His hope is for owners to feel a sense of attachment to their newly revamped clothes. Next up is Behind the Mirror. The keyword is undaunted. The Japanese tend to care too much about what others think. But there are some who don't let societal norms bog them down. They want to be different. They want to stand out. And that drive is creating these new looks. And finally, it's time for catwalk trends. And I'll see you next time on Tokyo Fashion Express. Bye!
Let's look at the work of Japanese designers at Paris Men's Fashion Week, Spring-Summer 2018. In his second collection in Paris this season, Hiromichi Ochiai shows his reinterpreted tuxedo jacket. Big silhouettes and contradictory items create exquisite combinations typical of the brand. adorable heart motifs and polka dots. Sensuous velvet and lustrous fabrics. The collection conjured a youth taking his first step toward manhood. Chitose Abe's concept is wearing what you want, when you want, as you want. Abstract typography text by American conceptual artist Lawrence Weiner serves as inspiration this season. Western fringe motifs dominate the collection. And military and outdoor tastes get an elegant and lustrous upgrade. With the appearance of three-piece suits, we see a departure from past hybridization. Yosuke Aizawa's concept is working man's workwear. He's expressing how workwear damage varies from person to person. He shows this in washed denim. And by using the key color blue in its spectrum of shades. Prints using action painting with calligraphy strokes as well as the brand's signature primitive motifs leave a lasting impression. Visit our official website and send us a photo of your favorite outfit.
Let's go!
Saddle up for unforgettable road adventures. Japan's network of